Hello everybody, BrioS here. Today I have for you one of the most common mechs on the battlefield, the ATM Vapor Eagle, also known affectionately as the ATM Veagle. And it's common because it's just a bit too effective. In fact, before I talk about the build, the skills, and of course show you some gameplay about how effective this mech is, let me just talk a bit about the Vapor Eagle with ATMs. So ATMs are a bit too overpowered at the moment. A lot of us agree that it just does way too much damage. And for those of you not familiar with ATMs, it's a lock-on missile system that does 1 point of damage at long range, 2 damage at medium range, and the part that is contentious, the 3 damage at ranges at short range. That is 245 meters and below. Each missile does 3 points of damage. And even though it has a range, or minimum range of 120 meters, with skill and practice, you can work around it. And that results in pretty toxic gameplay at times, and certain mechs like this is a bit too effective. In fact, the Vapor Eagle seems to be the best platform for the ATMs. And that's because the Vapor Eagle, in this case the Vapor Eagle 3, has the ability to mount lots of missiles. The Vapor Eagle 3 has 3 missile hardpoints, and you can mount lots of ATMs, mount jump jets, and basically pop tart. And the Vapor Eagle actually has a jump quirk that allows it to jump up a little bit, I think 15% faster the initial jump distance, and it's just effective because it allows you to go up, move up a bit behind cover or behind some friendly mechs, engage those jump jets, pop up a bit and fire missiles, also known as pop tarting, and drop back into cover. So that makes this mech way too effective. And at a range of 245 meters to 120 meters, it just wrecks face. And this is a perfect example of it, and you'll see that in the gameplay. So honestly, I think the weapon system needs to be fixed, the ATMs. All you'll see lots of this running around. And that being said, I still show you this build, so yeah, at least you're aware of it, and you could try this if you really want to go for the meta. So anyway, let's get down to the build. So as I mentioned, it's the Vapor Eagle 3 with 3 missile hardpoints, 2 in the side torsos and 1 in the arm. If you look at the picture earlier, the side torsos are very high mounted, the hardpoints there, so just at cockpit level and above. So if you can see the enemy, you can fire missiles and the missiles will hit them. And that's another advantage of the Vapor Eagle being the ideal platform for ATMs. You can basically just follow the friendly mechs, just pop tart a bit and launch those missiles and fall back into cover. So back to the build, 2 ATM trolls on those big high mounts, maximizing the effectiveness, putting the biggest ATM missile on the torsos. And for the left arm, I'm only going for an ATM6. That's because the main drawback of ATMs is the amount of heat it generates. It does generate lots of heat, so that is one of the problems. I've seen people run 3 ATM trolls, that's ATM36, that's way too hot for me. I've seen people put a 9 in the arm, that's also pretty darn hot. So this is my build, so I like it this way. So ATM 12s in the torsos with a 6 in the arm for 30 ATMs. At short range, 245 missiles with a lock-on weapon system, it does 90 points of damage. You'll literally see light mechs just vaporize if you get a good hit, because 90 points lock-on, yeah. So anyway, as for the rest of the build, it has 7 tons of ammunition, pretty okay I suppose, a clan active probe. Most people don't realize the clan active probe is very effective if you're carrying lock-on ATMs or LRMs. That's because for weapon lock-on times, it is now inversely related to the distance, or negatively correlated would be the correct academic term. That means the longer your sensor range, the quicker you lock on to targets at the same distance. So increasing your sensor range will allow you to lock on faster, simply put. And to pop tart, I put in 4 jump jets. And this is one of the advantages of this mech over the Huntsman, which used to be the previous ATM boat. But Huntsman being a Omni mech, you can't change the configuration and you're stuck with 5 jump jets. You could easily just drop a jump jet or so, or even drop this additional heatsink here for a clan tag or light tag, but I'm not going that way. The tag now only breaks the ECM, and I don't want to do that. So anyway, that's the build. We're running with an XL300 engine for a speed of 88.4. And of course the right arm is nothing, so it's used for shielding. As for skills, the skill tree for this ATM boat focuses on 37 points for firepower tree, left side heavy going for all these green nodes, 2 nodes of missile rack for more ammunition because that's all I have, missiles, 2 nodes of missile spread to decrease the missile spread of the ATMs, making it even more lethal, and 2 nodes of high explosive to increase the crit damage by 15%. So everything I can do, I can do to missiles, I can maximize damage and all that, I take it. And other bonuses include a velocity of 15%. These allows your missiles, which are pretty slow, ATM moves pretty slow at about 242. Yeah, that's kind of slow. So yeah, 15% bonus to velocity would help. ATMs generate lots of heat, so I went for heat nodes. 7.2% decrease in heat is not too bad, it helps. Range increase of 7% is not really important, but the cooldown of 4.2 is helpful. Allows you to fire just a bit faster, but not too fast, otherwise you'll just overheat and die, like me with poor heat management, but yeah. Anyway, for survival I put in 13 SPs, mainly on the left side. Unlike other people who run ATM Vapor Eagles without, what do you call this, survival tree, they say you don't need it because you're behind cover. I like to tank, take point and just do aggressive ATMing. That's ATMs at short range, maximizing the damage below 245 meters range. And with this, I will get 11.4% additional armor and 6.8% additional structure. This time I didn't go for mobility skills because I needed the SPs. That's because I went for jumping ahead to sensors. Yep, 19 SPs in sensors, which is above average. If you're running a lock-on weapon system like ATMs or LRMs, you need target decay. That allows you to maintain the locks on an enemy target even though you lose line of sight. And in this case, I have quite a bit of target decay. In fact, 3.5 second bonus for this due to the nodes here. That allows you to maintain the lock for additional 3.5 seconds as the enemy goes out of LOS. Of course, radar deprivation, which I have 100% on this build, of course stops that. In fact, I have 100% radar deprivation for this build, so that after I fire the ATMs, I pop back behind cover or even a fat friendly mech like a Corsair. If they can't see me, they lose the lock, so return fire is minimized. Because one problem with pop starting, if you jump up nice and high, you get lots of missile locks and lots of return fire. And with missile locks, once you drop back behind cover, they will still hold on to you, which is kind of painful at times actually. And the other bonuses are useful, like target info gathering at 28%. As I mentioned, sensor range bonuses do help, so I actually got 28% sensor range increase, so for a total of 53% increase in sensor range. So it does lock on faster actually. And auxiliary 9 points for 2 strikes and 2 cool shots. 2 cool shots because it's such a hot build, and 2 strikes is always useful. Not only for damage, but when the enemy pushes you, trying to get within your minimum range, you can drop the strike and get out of there, hopefully hitting them with some damage. And of course, 13 points is standard for my operations tree to get 5 nodes of heat containment, increasing the heat capacity by about 15%, so you can fire more without needing to shut down. And that's it. That's one of the most meta mechs on the battlefield. This is my take on the ATM Vapor Eagle. 30 missiles for a total of 90 point alpha. And yeah, they need to fix it. In fact, talking about missile fixes, many people propose dropping the minimum range damage from 3, or rather the short range damage at 245 meters and below from 3 points to 2.5, and increasing the long range damage from 1 to 1.5. This is known as flattening the damage curve, and I think that would help a lot. Because honestly, ATMs, the issue I have with them is that they just do too much damage at short range, and you'll see them in the gameplay. So anyway, let's get down to the gameplay. You'll see the effectiveness of an ATM Vapor Eagle, and you can judge for yourself. Is it too overpowered? If it's too unbalanced? Well, you can put in the comments below. So anyway, let's get down to some gameplay and let's take a look. Let's go. So for the first drop, we have a drop on River City, which is a city map. You would like to think the ATMs have problems on city maps, but with enough practice, it's actually pretty good on a map like this. That's because the weapons do really well at 245 meters and below, as I mentioned earlier. 3 points per missile, with a 90 point alpha for this mech, and they're lock-on weapons too. So with this kind of map, all you have to do is find some terrain, let the team push forward, then just pop tart from behind the building, fire those ATMs and pop down again. And with the speed of this ATM vehicle at 88, you can just redeploy. And yeah, just keep doing it and you just reap lots of damage with minimum return fire. I mean, I'm way too aggressive, so I tend to move forward and take damage because, you know, armor sharing. If I take damage, my friend doesn't take damage. So I like to do that. But most people don't. But anyway, that is the problem with this ATM vehicle. It's just too effective at times. Of course, sometimes the team is a potato team, and nothing works at the potato team. So anyway, sit back and enjoy some ATM fire as I ATM people to death.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Artillery strike. Critical. New target acquired. Artillery strike. New target acquired.
Focus on Golf 7 targets like Hotel
New target
or Golf left torso.
0%. Artillery strike.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. Artillery at 25%. New target acquired. At 0%. New target acquired. Fuel at 25%.
Yes, they push. Delta, left torso.
At 0%.
India CT pod.
Need assistance.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Fuel at 0%. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target.
Grab Bravo.
Spotted.
Torso critical damage. Left leg critical.
Hotel is one shot.
Target destroyed. New target acquired. Fuel at 25%. New target acquired.
Alpha.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Bravo.
Target spotted.
Right leg critical damage.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. Ammo at 25%. Acquired. Target destroyed.
Fox 7.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
There might be a mislinks up high. On Citadel.
There's one at a G4. Sniping.
G4 you say, let's check it out.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Fuel at 0%. Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%. Target destroyed.
ATM boats are so smelly.
Target acquired.
Last one's Afrita in his dual AC2 Shadowcat, probably Golf 4.
Oh, you seem kind of careful.
Gotta go get him together, I'm pretty badly hurt.
New target acquired.
There's that mislinks.
Target spotted.
It's on top.
At 25%.
Target spotted.
0%. Target destroyed.
Last one on me, FC.
Fox 6, you say?
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Good game.
You have taken the target. We are victorious in battle.
Well, good work. Almost ran out of ammo. Ooh, 977. Smelly, smelly mech. 3 kills. 643. So as you could see from the previous match, the ATMs on this pop-starting Vapor Eagle is just so lethal. Even though the AMS, for example, on the missed links on the top of Citadel did have a good effect on it because of the low ATM velocity, it's still not enough. And if you board ATMs, which people do, I have 30 in this case, you can shoot down a few and the rest will just wreck, doing 3 points at short range. And that is the main issue. You would think a map like River City with its terrain would give the 120 meter minimum range issue on the Vapor Eagle with ATMs, but it's not really that big an issue with enough practice. And the scary thing is that I don't main ATMs or LRMs. I tend to just rush forward, and you'll see from the gameplay, with this kind of weapon system, I'm still running in front. So it could even be more disgusting. So yeah. Anyway, enough whining. We're engaging the enemy to enjoy some more ATM gameplay, see how this mech plays, and do give this mech a try if you want to. But I still think the damage curve should be flattened.
New target
Anyway, the Fox
acquired.
5. Okay,
Looks
let
like my
me
card is
engaging.
manpower season.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Artillery strike. At 25%.
No! Damn it. Obviously can't get good locks at this range.
Oh, he just rigged a stick in his face, yeah, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a long time ago, Yondu. I really practically yelled and screamed at the guy.
FBA got 6
Echo in the
round,
open?
they're pushing it.
Artillery strike activated.
Oh, blood up.
Acquired.
I walked in front of that guy. I deserve that shot.
Target
New
spotted.
target acquired.
Annihilator is crossing Delta. Lurbs on Delta, please. Right in the open.
Artillery strike.
Target spotted.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
New target
Target spotted.
acquired.
Juliet next, Dyer. Focus Juliet, he is hurting. He is CT core, Juliet. Echo 5 team, let's push down.
They're under my range.
Target spotted.
Oh, I'm in a bad position, but I turn slowly.
Target spotted.
Working on Delta, support please. It's on chain fire, but my chain fire don't
Keep
show
moving,
me.
okay.
Target spotted.
Acquired.
Catapult, keep moving.
Target spotted.
New target
Delta, one shot.
acquired.
Next target, Juliet.
Target spotted.
Level critical.
Echo next.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
New target acquired.
Echo, echo. Aggressive ATMing. But very hot right now.
Please watch your worms.
Target spotted.
New target.
Oh, it's a flea.
Damage.
That'll teach him. Light max practically
New
vanish
target
Need
acquired.
assistance.
with ATM fire.
New target acquired.
Oh, it's solar rain. I blew off something.
Target
New
spotted.
target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Oh, accidentally killed a guy. How nice. Very hot. Very hot.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Ooh. Oh, didn't kill him. Watch out for the assassin above.
Override engaged.
Target spotted.
See? He just vaporizes me lights. Just murders everybody, this man.
He's less.
Ah, good job, team. See? Just spray and kill. Caught from heat, right arm caught. That's about it. Right arm caught from friendly fire. 952 damage, 1 solo, 2 km, 3 KMDDs in fact, 2 killing blows. Did I get a brawling kill? Yeah, because it's below 400 or 450 meters. Probably a score over 500. Yep, 560. So OP ATMs.